Hey, what is going on, everybody? How is everyone doing? We are going to be jumping into the Dance Off Summer of Pain. I'm very pumped up about it. I also just received a message that I feel I should check. Yes, I forgot to do something, and someone has politely reminded me, which I appreciate greatly. Those of you who have not caught the last few streams, we are all the way up to. Did I get down Kamala? I don't think I got Kamala down. She's been going pretty smoothly though, which I've been very, very, very happy about. Yeah, we're still on Kamala, and I think I have some boosts expiring, so I'm going to go ahead and put those on. I am looking to get this. Yeah, we got a 30%. I'm going to go ahead and put that on. I know it's not going to make a massive difference, but what else am I going to do with it? I need to get this done before I can do any more questing. We will not have War Attack today. War should be ending here in a few minutes. Looks like we're going to pick up a win, which is awesome. Legacy, Bryn, Lizer, and the like tore through the war map. It was an awesome thing to see. And yeah, saving that extra generous compensation package from Kabam. I'm saving that for when I really need it. I haven't needed it so far this season. It's been a good season so far. I've actually been having a great season. Domadeus, what's up, dude? Thank you so much for joining me in this adventure we are calling the Summer of Pain. I got to get it down. So if anyone who caught the last stream knows, I was really preaching like, look, for me, this is about just having fun, doing this on stream. I'm having an absolute blast and not trying to be like too overly insanely aggressive. And I still think I need to stick with it. However, yesterday afternoon, I got some information that my next week is going to be even busier than I realized. I'm about to go on a trip this Thursday, and I will be gone all the way through Sunday. And I was hoping to, you know, get a little bit of the Summer of Pain done, the finale there, and stream a lot of it. And I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do all of that. I'm going to have to race through some things. So we'll see. We'll see. It just next week is looking awfully busy as well, which is just kind of how things work around here. It's just varying levels of busy. Should have punished her after that 5 hit. Can't, for those of you who aren't familiar, I can parry her, but she has a 100% shrug off of debuffs. So that's not really a way to play this. So I'm just going to try to be getting to her SP1, baiting it. I will be doing some backdraft intercepting, which is not ideal in here because of, because of a lot of reasons, but mainly the evade and with Star-Lord. If you lose that combo, you're really starting over. I've had some good runs here. Got slightly over 10% of her health off. So that's not too bad. So there we go. Get her close to that second bar power. Bait the SP1. She has a pretty aggressive AI, which has been nice and allowed for the backdraft to just kind of get started on these sorts of things. Of course, the power drain keeps kicking in when I least want it to, off of my SP2. There we go. Actually was able to punish that parry. Let's see here. There we go. Nice little intercept. And let's see if we can't reset this. I will eventually look up and read some chat. But in a fight like this, where one evade could just ruin it all, I will not be doing it quite as frequently. Man, I am getting really unlucky with that power drain. All right, let's see. She is cooperating really well. I have never appreciated that sort of AI more. All right, let's not push her two bars. There we go. Thank you for throwing it nice and early, Kamala. Let's hope for the shock here. No, power drain again. That's what, 4 times in a row? Which just really wastes time. It's a time waster, which is kind of the opposite of what you're looking to do here when we're going up against an enrage timer. I thought she was going to get me on the draft back there. My left thumb was quicker than I thought it was going to be. All right, there's no way we're getting power drain again. Oh my gosh. What are the chances of that? What, if anyone is a math whiz out there, what are the chances of 5 power drains in a row from Star-Lord's SP2? They can, that's got to be insanely high. And I was laughing at myself there, and I messed up on the evade. OG Highline, what is going on? You're doing lovely. Only one ball. Only one. Wow, that is a significant. Yesterday was 3. We're down to 1. Congratulations. That's awesome. That is awesome. Thank you so much, dude. Always, always, always appreciate it. Let's see here. OG Highline. We've got that updated as it should be. Let me get this. Did I turn that off? I did. There you are. There we are. That's awesome. Buy a lotto ticket. Yeah, I know. But I think this was bad luck. Like, I think I should take out extra life insurance is more the way I should interpret it. That seemed overly harsh. Maybe extra auto insurance. Let's go with extra auto insurance. Jacob, what's up, BK? How you doing, dude? No way we'll get the power drain. And there it is for the 5th time in a row. Illusions, what's up, dude? I'm doing great. Any day I get to do this is a great day. It's a sign of a great day. I can appreciate you taking this slowly. That way you can mitigate some of the rage that I'm sure this brings on. Yeah, absolutely it does. And the other thing, and it's actually worked out well for me, is you getting a massive amount of sig stones. And those are like, well, I guess the rank 4 resources are the most precious now, but I still think it might be 6-star sig stones. And so having any of those go to waste just hurts a little bit. And I haven't, quote unquote, wasted any, but I know I did put some into Cosmic Ghost Rider. This is before we knew about Thor. And I thought, well, I could see me wanting to take Cosmic Ghost Rider up as my first Cosmic rank 4. It'd be really important to me to have him as a Sig 200, so I don't feel badly doing that for my Alliance. Obviously, prestige is important in the Alliance I am in. And so I think I put like, I don't know, somewhere between, I'd say 15 and 60 6-star stones into him. And I have uses. I don't want to spoil him, considering awakening a champion here soon, and I could maybe put them into them. And I got some other ideas on who I might use them. So just look up, saw 6-star Medusa. Holy poo. Is anyone going for Medusa? Actually, I saw that too. And my like initial like whale instincts were like, buy. And I was like, no, I don't think I'm going to do it. Not that I don't think she's awesome. And if anyone gets her, congratulations. And if Kat Murdoch is watching, I hope you get her. I hope you get her soon. But I'm not going to be going for it. I've been pulling back on stuff like that and doing more of like throwing those resources into content like this. Because I just don't usually have the time to farm revives. I just don't. Even if it's AutoQuest, it's just not the way my day works. There's meetings and kids and things like that. So, but let me know, Mr. WTF. Good luck if you got him, dude. Break a leg. Thumbs pressed for you for sure. Checks SL's kit. It doesn't say the chance for certain effect to proc. Just says randomly. I think on one of the previous streams, someone said it was 25%. But yeah, you're right. It said in random. Less than 0.1. Woo! I'm on fire with the bad luck today. I'm on fire. Saying hello to Jacob. All right, let's get in there. I really want to get her down and make some headway into Rocket today. I really doubt that we'll get into Maestro, but I would like to get her down, get into Rocket, and then if I can, I would love to get Maestro down tonight, maybe, and then stream some of the Summer of Pain path tomorrow, which I do think is going to be painful. I do think those are going to be very, very painful for me. But we'll get it done, have some fun with it. That's just part of why I would like to stream. I would like to stream it, and then Thursday I'm headed out. So, yeah. And you know what? Darn it. See, there we go. I thought I'd get the power drain there instead of pushing her to 2 bars. And of course, I do not get it when I want it. You can't always get what you want. But if you try sometimes, you get what you need, right? All right, here we go. Heal block. Okay. think we're going to finish her off on this run. This feels like a good run coming. Come on, Kamala. Throw your SP1. You can do it. I believe in you. There we go. And then for those who didn't catch it yesterday, Jacob was on stream. See, yeah, now that I'm like banking on getting the power drain, it's not coming. Jacob was on stream yesterday. We ran through what I'm pretty sure is going to be my pathing for the Summer of Pain finale. I think it made a lot of sense. I do really want to use Strife, and I think that complicated things ever so slightly, but not by very much. And I think we kind of agreed, because I'm going to be trying to use Aegon, I should do that as one of the early paths, just in case I have trouble building that combo. That could adjust what I'm thinking as far as who I'm going to do all those paths with. All right, this is going really smooth. Let's kind of finish this off here. Probably just a couple more. Hopefully this pushes her above a bar. Oh, good. We did not get the power drain there. That was huge. This backdraft lands. I think we'll be all clear. Clear sailing. Kamala was very, very cooperative, which I appreciate the absolute heck out of. I appreciate the absolute heck out of her doing that. The chance of that happening is like 3%. It's my lucky day. It is my lucky day. For this stream, it's 100%. Vega, how do you like Mr. Fantastic? I love Mr. Fantastic. I absolutely love it. In fact, APOC, I always get confused on what I've actually gotten my rank 3 videos out on and what I have not. I usually have to go back to my channel and take a look. I have him at rank 3. I'm extremely happy with it. I did a stream a while back of, I have the whole Fantastic Four at rank 3 and them just absolutely destroying the science EQ. And then Daddy Longlegs, DLL, did a fantastic, it is long. I recommend breaking it up into chunks. Did a fantastic review of Mr. Fantastic. Hopefully someone can link that for you here in this channel. I think it'll just really open your eyes on like how awesome that champion is. Yes, it did a second SOP path yesterday. It was definitely painful. Oh, Amadeus. Work, what is up, dude? There are probably like 4 people that I know work, but I'm not going to let that stop me. I'm not going to let me stop me. Like, in fact, yesterday's stream, Mr. Belding was here and I kept calling him Mr. Belding. And then it dawned on me, literally probably only Mr. Belding and me knew why I was calling him Mr. Belding. And so I asked if anyone knew. And most people were like, I assume it's a weird reference to old things that you like. It was funny. And then, do we have Campo MC in the stream room? Is that you, buddy?
Hey, yeah. Can you hear me, buddy?
I can hear you perfectly. Can everyone else hear the delicious sound of this man's voice? Let us know if you can. Well, wait, the chat is a little bit behind. They're always a little bit behind, so we'll see. You can hear him? All right, perfect. This is Campo MC. Campo, do you mind linking your channel, dudes, especially since you're on here? I would like to get that pinned into the comments. Campo, I first was introduced to Campo by MSD, Metal Sonic Dude. Campo did a really awesome review on Red Goblin, actually. This was quite a while ago. And I was really impressed by the video. You guys know me. I like a lot of talking. I like knowledge being dropped as much as possible. So I was really impressed by that. And so I've just been following his channel ever since then. I don't know if it was a full year ago, but it's been a bit. And then Campo's now on my Discord server, pretty active on that, dropping a lot of knowledge. And he is now doing amazing war videos for the Alliance SSX, which is a perennial Platinum 1 Masters Tier Alliance. And it's like I like to say, if you like to get better at the game, this is a channel that I would highly recommend you check out. And I'm pleased to have him on the call today. Work, how many paths have you done? Okay, so Work and Jacob are having a nice little conversation. Loud and clear. What? Another black man. I believe that's what that is. Please let me know if I'm misunderstanding your name. You just pulled 6-star Medusa. Congratulations. That is awesome. That is awesome. Jacob, is this the Mr. Fantastic video or is this Campo's channel? Misty has a channel, didn't know that. Please drop a link. Yeah, there's this guy named Metal Sonic Dude. There's also a guy named Legacy, Brian Grant, and then some people like someone named Seaton. Small YouTubers, but I really think with hard work, they're going to make it. I think they're going to make it in this YouTube game.
Never heard of any of those guys.
Yeah, they're really small. You know, I like to watch YouTube videos, and so I think YouTube has recommended them to me just because they ran out of options. But I think these guys are going to do well. All right. I'm going to assume that's Campo's channel. I'm pretty sure it is. Check that out. And then how's it going, buddy? I'm glad you were able to join a call.
Yeah, man. No, I had a little break in work and saw you were streaming after yesterday's one. I wasn't sure if you were going to go back in right away, but here we are.
Yeah, dude, I got to get this done. I want to make sure I don't go the wrong way. I don't think I can go the wrong way anymore, but I'm going to pull up the map here.
Yeah, it should just dump you out to Rocket, is it? After Kamala?
Yeah. He said dump you out. That sounds like a joke my kids are making right now, and just absolutely... You're going to get dumped out. Yeah, I think that's exactly what's going to happen. I don't think I have options. There we go.
I did this a while ago, like at least a month ago, so I've already erased it from my memory. Did not enjoy this one bit.
I have to say, dude, that let me before upon reaching 2 bars of power, Rocket becomes blockable until he attacks his opponent.
Yeah, basically just bait special ones. You're going to be baiting a lot of special ones, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, I don't want to push him to his SP2 and
otherwise, it's like unblockable finale style playing. Otherwise, so yeah, you don't want to do that.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like a good time. The one that was actually painful for me. This one has honestly not been bad. This has actually not been bad. This has been borderline enjoyable because I'm accepting the cost of it, and I'm just I'm streaming it and having a good time with it. The Inhumans one was painful for me. I really did not like that at all. Maybe if I had streamed it, I would have had a lot more fun with it.
Nice. Yeah. I mean, I do quaking pretty often, so I was able to utilize her every time I did a team revive. So I feel like that one was a little less painful, but I actually never ranked Star-Lord like back in the day. So this wasn't really even nostalgic for me because when I did LOL, it was with Blade, I think, and Void. It was kind of a weird team.
That is a weird team.
Yeah.
Same for me. There's no nostalgia here for me in any way, shape, or form. I did LOL with Spider-Man. Enhanced. And of course, Blade. Blade was pretty helpful. He just took so much longer than Spider-Man.
Yeah, you know what's funny is I actually have still to this day never pulled Stark Spidey 5-star.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he's like one of maybe 2 5-stars that I don't own, like not counting the brand new champs.
Are you going?
So it's just as insane because like he was such a staple of people's teams and war and everything for so long. And it's just like never had him, never played him.
Did you, so I know you just joined SSX, which is, that is a high tier War Alliance. Absolutely. I played there for a season and I know how good the players there are. Were you a competitive war player before that?
A little bit. I sort of went to a bunch of different various alliances with a couple friends. Like we had a group, we basically had a battle group that kind of just went here and there, and we tried to get as many of us in where we could.
Yeah.
So it was like a lot of merger type situations, but we were mostly doing sort of like Plat 2 was the highest we'd ever gotten type thing. So it was definitely, it felt competitive, but as a whole 30-person alliance, I wouldn't say it was as competitive as like an SSX type situation.
Yeah.
So it's definitely fun when, everyone's on the same page. Because as it takes a lot of planning to get the fights squared away and make sure everyone has the counters and all that. And that takes a lot of effort by the officers.
Absolutely. And like Plat 2 is actually still really competitive. I think it's just that so many of the big YouTube channels either do not do war at all, or they're, aiming for top 3. So
Yeah,
it kind of
exactly. Yeah.
skews our idea of what's competitive, I think, a little bit.
Yeah. But I never kind of felt like, I never kind of felt like I had to boost every single fight, that like if I died, it would be a big deal. I mean, obviously every death matters, but like, I definitely have felt the pressure a little bit here so far of just like, it could be decided by one or two deaths and everyone's got to pull their weight.
Absolutely. This Rocket is toying with me. He's like, I saw what you did to Kamala. I didn't like it, and I'm going to extract revenge. Duke, what's up, dude? How are you doing? What is going on? Big Germ. Pulled a 6-star War Machine from the... Dude, that's a great pull. That is a great pull. Speaking of War Machine, those of you interested in Campo has a great War Machine breakdown on his channel. Normal nostalgia isn't quite as costly, though. Yeah, this is some of the most expensive nostalgia I have ever had. Where's the link to MSD's channel? Dude, this is Campo. I gave a nice, really long intro. Long story short, really awesome player. I enjoy his videos. I've learned a lot from them. And he currently is in SSX 1. And you did a War Machine breakdown. And I really enjoyed your take on Venom Pool versus regular Venom. I really enjoyed that. And that just came out fairly recently too, right?
Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, I've been using Venom for a while, so I was interested to kind of see what the two of them do. But I'd kind of be interested in hearing your thoughts about Venom Pool, because like we've seen some crazy videos with the damage and the ramp up and everything. I don't know if you've gotten a chance to use them much past like the first couple of weeks there.
Yeah, so it's kind of thank you for that, because just the way things have changed since I've gotten into the CCP. We do the initial testing when the champions go live, as far as the buff champions, and then the new champions going in. Not a ton of time to test them and try to get that information out. And I want to be clear, I am not complaining. I am so happy that I am in the CCP. And then, of course, play my own account, right? There's a reason why I still haven't even done this yet, and I haven't done any of the Summer of Pain. So I did the initial testing on Venom Pool, and clearly the damage is there. There's some really nice utility, which I liked. I found that his pre-fight function in my limited testing wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be truly random. And so if you needed the Clintar buff, you were really going to struggle. It doesn't always come up automatically, which I think you covered in your video, if I remember correctly, which can be a real pain. If you're going to look for an evade counter that you have to parry, which isn't the end of the world. There's a lot of champions like that. But if you have Venom and you just know he's going to start out of the gates with that, I think that's a big advantage. And I kind of like how you covered all of the various synergies. I think you can configure Venom Pool well, and the synergies are with quality champions. And so I feel like there's plenty of room for both champions. I feel like there's plenty of room for a Venom and a Venom Pool on someone's roster. And I think you covered this in your video too. If it's a newer account, right, or someone who does not have Venom already ranked up and they're looking to get through some of these variants and some of like Act 5, Act 6, and you have a Venom Pool, I think you absolutely go for it. I think as you're getting your account getting a little bit more mature, you're probably going to have some other options. And so you don't really need to rank him up unless you just really, really want to.
Yeah. By the way, this is a pretty nice try so far on Rocket, so... Sorry to distract you.
No worries.
You just like downloaded a bunch of info on Venom Pool while baiting all these special ones. So good stuff, man. I feel like the whole program with the reworking and everything is really good for those accounts that are sort of mid-level. Like they're still maybe working on getting some of the variants done or Act 6 and whatnot, because it just makes the number of options for those niche counters a little bit more open. Yeah. Like for example, I've never ranked up Gambit because I already had Omega Red, I already had Havoc, I already had like these champions that could deal with the thorns and bleed damage and whatnot, So like I never felt a need to rank up Gambit, even though in his own right, he's a pretty cool champion and the Horseman ability is pretty awesome as well.
Yeah.
But I was just like, why would I when would I ever use Gambit over Omega Red or something like that, you know? So, but if I had gotten Gambit as he is today, way back in 2016, like he would be like the best mutant in the game back then, you know, like when he was released, if he had his current kit,
yep,
that would be like a great pull back then, you know? So I'm thinking for a younger account, he's an amazing champ. Venom Pool kind of falls in that category for me.
Yeah, I think that's a great take on it. And I think it brings us back to, I believe, I mean, who knows anymore? Like I've seen so many roadmaps and I've seen so many updates to the roadmap. And I actually like that. Like I'm someone who will watch those videos and go on that's one of the few times I'll go on the forums and read anything. So much information has come out. I could swear that at some point that was kind of like the stated idea behind the buffs. And then, you know, Magneto, Colossus, She-Hulk, and these sorts of champions came out, and they're so good. They catch our attention. And so I think as a community, we really wanted that, especially if it was like our champion. You know, like I feel a little badly for people who had Gamora and Ronin and were like, all right, it's finally my time. I love this champion. I just naturally have them at SIG 80 for some reason. Here we go. And then the buff information comes out and they're like, thanks, I guess.
Or Nova. Well, I mean, Nova's not old, but that was just like, what even changed? I don't even know.
Yeah, that's a harsh one. I think that's one that actually stings. That's
like if someone asked me, I don't even think I could tell you what changed because I never play him. I have a rank 3 as well.
Yeah, I think that's it. Like I was streaming the day the Gamora one went live, and I'm not much of a Gamora player, but I was reading through it and I'm like, I'm really not seeing a lot different. And I'm like, she has a true strike off her SP3. Okay. And I think it was like Brendan, BMCG, who was like, no, she's always had that. That's just how it is.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot. Yeah, she totally has that. But like, that's not going to save you in map 7 on this like the Spider-Verse lane. Like, we got to get to the special 3 so I can stop evade. You know, okay.
Absolutely not. Jacob, nostalgia. I suppose in some ways there's nostalgia as me getting rejected the first time in 3rd grade. Yeah. It's like, oh man, my joke's not appropriate for right now. But yes, Jacob, I like your joke. I like the gist of your jab. I thought Middle Cell Dude was on call. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. WTF. No. Nope. An amazing player, great channel, but not MSD. Duke was writing solo for a while until Kabam fixes the game. I think it's going to be a bit, my friend. I think it's going to be a bit. Everyone. I would have said this before I was in the CCP, so I'm sure I have said it multiple times. Remember, Kabam is a for-profit company. They make money through this game. They don't make this game just for kicks and giggles. They make this game to make money. If people aren't playing their game, or if the game is not doing well because of bugs and things like that, they are highly motivated to fix it. So I know and believe that they are fixing this as quickly as possible. And I don't know how the engineering and all that stuff works, so I'm not going to claim to. But I am under the impression, based on the communications that they have put out, that they're actually trying to like long-term fix this and maybe improve the game, which I think is a very difficult thing to do while you're still trying to make money on the daily basis, right? Taking that idea of like, all right, we're going to take a long-term view of this and actually fix what's broken instead of just continuously putting band-aids on it. So as someone who's really still enjoying the game, I'm very excited about the long-term implications of their fixes. Knight, what is up, dude? And you've reminded me, Knight, the first members-only video will be coming out tomorrow. I'm really excited for it. I'm very curious to see how you guys like it. It's just going to be kind of a fun, lightly edited thing on what I'm doing, kind of sneak peek behind the channel and my account, where I'm headed with it. So if you guys don't mind, comment on that video and let me know how you guys like it. K-Dog, what is up? What is up? And this may sound dumb. I'm sure it will not. But it is also hard when you pull a champ that was bad, and unless their work was amazing, be excited for them. Maybe it's just me. No, Big Germ. Actually, I totally get it. Like, I'm not overexcited about Gamora's buff. Ultron was someone who I was very intrigued by on the initial testing. I thought the damage was immense. and then with the utility he has with the immunities, and then of course the heal. I was very excited about him, but then I heard he was bugged, and then again, like I was saying, like just the way the evolution of now being in the CCP works, there's just so much content, and wanting to try to get that out, I kind of forgot about him. I did the my latest rankings video, and I literally just forgot to move him up into the super premium, and this is why I like making. This is one of the reasons I like making that video. So many people commented, and most people were nice about it. They're like, "Dude, your Ultron ranking sucks. You need to review it," and I did. And the members will find out some information on that on Wednesday, and then soon thereafter, I'll be making a video, if not in the rankings video, soon there before that, where everyone will kind of find out my thoughts on Ultron. So I'm pretty pumped up to get that out. All right, should continue to work on this Rocket Raccoon. How's the war season going?
For us?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a bad first war, but I think we're gonna end the week 2 wins, which is pretty good. And I wasn't there last season, but I think didn't they lost to you guys in the last war? I think, right? Of the previous season.
So tough to remember that because the season got cut short. And poor Loki had done this thing where like we weren't going to push, but then we did so poorly that we kind of ended up pushing. The messaging was just kind of, I think, a little screwy, and not everyone saw the messages. So I don't even remember. Oh no, wait. I do recall this because DL and I had a bet. I think poor Loki did win that war, but my BG lost. I actually died twice. I had been having an amazing season, and then I had a really bad death to an Immortal Hulk on one of the strike counter nodes. My BG leader was an awesome dude, and he ended up apologizing to me because he assigned me cable for it, which really isn't great because of the degen damage, right?
Correct. Yeah.
But I told him,
was that on section 2, path 2?
No, it was the section 1, section 1 lane 2, I believe.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly.
Those fights can end you very quickly as well, just with those furies and everything.
And that's exactly what happened. And yeah. But this is just kind of how cool is Delion, who I know has been in some other kind of high profile alliances. That's just how cool he is. So I was like, you know what, dude, I went back and I watched the fight. And like, yeah, Hulk had a large heal because of all the degen damage and the gamma and whatever. But the fact of the matter is, I should have won the fight. Like, I don't remember what I did, but I made a small error in the end, and then Hulk just slapped the hell out of me. And he's like, yeah, he's like, you had the opportunity to win it, but the matchup was bad. And I was just like, I just respect the heck out of that. I respect the heck out of a leader who's like that, you know?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like whenever you assign the map, that there's going to be a couple fights that you have to make a slight compromise on, because like you can't just bring in your Nick Fury to just melt that fight down and then not use him for the rest of the war, so
absolutely
that probably made sense to use cable. And then also with all these like the Dex and parry stuff going on, I feel like the XL champs are more likely to catch you and everything, so it may have even not been your fault in a way. I didn't see the fight, but certainly I'm finding myself getting caught on like a back dex by a really aggressive champion like him a little bit more often these days.
Yep. Thank you for providing me an excuse. The parry bug was not in the game yet, but I appreciate you giving me an out.
Although, wasn't it? Because that's why they canceled the war season.
You know what? Maybe it was, and we just didn't realize it yet. But well, I'm always gonna accept extra help on making excuses. So thank you.
Yeah. Well, we don't have the video evidence, so I'm just gonna say it was the parry bug. That's what I do most of the time. So.
Dude, we got some
we have a
alerts
super
here.
Chat here. Sorry, Kais, we missed you there.
No, don't ever. James, what's up, dude? Thanks so much for stopping by. Guys, we died in the worst way there. Oh no, pre-fight didn't apply. I was using Mr. Fantastic. Oh man, Dude, I'm really sorry to hear that. Those always feel the worst because it's a whole alliance. And, I'm sure I was going to tell you not to worry about it, and I'm sure they mean it, but that still sucks. And I'm really sorry about it, especially because it is an heir. And I know people will be like, well, you still could have won. And like, yeah, you're right. But you go in with the mentality that these are going to apply. And then you have to deal with like, one, even recognizing maybe that they didn't, especially if it's like a horseman ability or like Human Torch, Flame On. And then when they don't, then you have to like totally recalibrate. And it probably made the fight significantly more difficult. So I'm sorry to hear that, Kais, and thank you for the super chat, buddy. I really am sorry. And actually, I'm trying to do kind of like a highlight thing with my war season. The first one was so funny because Legacy plays pre-fights for me. So I was like, I'm going to have fun with this. Like the great Legacy was placing pre-fights for me. And so I got a war video out right away. And then I'm going to probably just do highlights for each week. And in the highlights for this one, I'm actually going to talk about that. I almost joined without checking to make sure they applied. And I'm really glad I did because the game didn't kick me out, but it completely like froze up. So man, I don't know what would have happened if I had joined that fight with it. And then K-Dog, dude, welcome to Top Shelf member. I did just completely calibrate my my member system, so I'm not sure exactly what level you joined at, but the fact of the matter is it does not matter as far as I'm concerned. Thank you so much for the support. That means an absolute ton to me, and I hope you enjoy seeing that video. Thank you so much, man, for joining. I really do appreciate it. Good point, Vega. Command has a business to fix the game. It's difficult. Imagine trying to fix your cards. Yeah, Knight, that's a great analogy, and that's just it. And like as someone who I run a business. But you don't have to run a business to understand this, as you're saying. Like you're just your car, like you're trying to get it fixed, right? But there's times where you're like, shit, I said a bad word. I have got a system failure here. Yeah, I can limp along with this and continue to get the job done, or I can completely overhaul it, or maybe even go find like a new vendor or a new host or a new like place to outsource this. But then that's going to take time too. I now have to do a series of interviews. I have to background check. So that's why, whatever, you guys all get it. You're smart people. But that's it. And that's why when it's with Kabam, and it's like, well, they're not trying to like, no, they are definitely trying. This is their baby. They make a tremendous amount of money off of it. And no for-profit business wants to say like, well, we're just not going to try, So, yeah. What's up, Toffrey? How are you doing, dude? What's up? And I talked for you joined the Discord server the other day too, right? I'm pretty sure that was you. Welcome. Either that or someone's posing as you, in which case we need to get to the bottom of that. K-Dog, Jacob, I've just stopped using it because of the 100% yeah, K-Dog, that happened with me when I first started Discord too. I wanted to like rage quit it because I couldn't even figure out, because I would like try to configure the notifications for different servers and channels. It was very confusing. That being said, once I got it done, I really like Discord now. I think part of it is I really like my server. I think my server is awesome, and there's a lot of awesome people on there, and that's why it's awesome. But I like Discord overall. In fact, I'm only online now because 4Loki uses Line. So that's why I'm still there. And Spin, what's up, buddy? How are you, man? How are you? All right, let's get back into this. Was it Toffrey that got Medusa?
Yeah, Toffrey just pulled Medusa, and he's also an SSX. And he was my Alliance leader back in 2018. So we have a long history. So welcome to the stream, Toffrey.
Yeah, that is awesome.
Yeah.
2018.
Yeah, a different time.
Sometimes, like, because of this, I obviously talk about, like, how I came up in the game and whatever. And I honestly cannot remember what year some of these things were. Like, some of these guys I played with, many of who are still playing. And I can't remember what year it even was. I can remember it more based on, like, the war map or attackers I used. Like, I went a long period of time using Gwenpool as an attacker. And she was amazing, except for when that was a horrible run. Except for when she would stun Mordo out of nowhere. which like makes no sense.
yeah.
Why was I using her to fight Mordo? But that's how I was playing the game at that time, you know?
Or Black Panther Civil War, same situation with the stuns on contact. Yeah. Yeah, that it was a much simpler game back then when those were the things that we had to think about. Like, oh no, we can't use Gwenpool against Mordo, even though she doesn't counter anything that he does. But she's just a high damage bleeder, so.
And deaths didn't matter at that time, if I remember correctly. Or at least they didn't matter nearly as much. This is before War Seasons. It was me. There's quite a few guys who ended up being very good at the game. A guy named Andy, a guy named Hussein Dora. Man, I can't remember all their names right now, but there was more. A guy named EAJ. And there was another guy who was insanely good. He kind of like got the game more. If you guys remember kind of your playing at that time, there was always someone who kind of just got the game a little bit better than everyone else. And he would show you how to do things and it would like blow your mind.
Oh yeah. I was never that guy, but I did know some people like that.
I definitely wasn't. And his name was Zoli. His name was Zoli.
Oh, cool.
I haven't thought about these guys in forever.
So Spinnaker said, I'm good. Definitely have taken a break from the whole YouTube business until I feel the bug less, but I have something in the works that's been taking a long time. So that's interesting. A little bit of a teaser for Spin's channel.
Love it.
Wonder if it's some crazy Mojo gameplay or something else. We'll have to find out.
Yeah. Spin, can you drop some more hints in Discord if it's Mojo or related or not?
Afraid just said, I miss the old map, except for Path 5 Killmonger with masochism and aspect of evolution. Yeah. What was that? Node 29? I think that right down the middle. Yeah, that was a big fight. I was always the Void person because I pulled Void from his final featured crystal. If you remember when they changed over the crystal system.
Yep.
To the old one where you had like a 20% chance to get the champ. I happened to get Void there. And so I sort of I did like Brian Grant's path 6 to 7 for like at least a year of my life, if not longer. On that old map.
On the old one? That wasn't smart. I went for a backdraft, but there was no reason to do that. That's like been the key to my success or relative success on this run. It's just not taking chances when I don't need to. I really should not have done that. You know, I remember when they switched over the featured, there was a lot of people were very upset about it. And I have to say, I think I kind of like the new way of doing featured crystals better.
Yeah. You don't put all your eggs in one basket. And
yeah.
At least the last couple of pools, this one, not as much for me personally, but in general, they're trying to make the pools have like fewer complete misses, you know?
Yeah. Man, this is a bad double run. I'm just going to quit out on this one. Yeah, I you know what's funny is I think this pool isn't bad. I know I can understand why a lot of people don't like it, but I think the quote unquote like near misses, like your non-featured pools, are really good champions. I think folks are just either don't realize it or they're like slightly outshined. Mm-hmm. Like Captain Marvel movie is an excellent champion. I think she's just outshined at the moment, especially by like Hercules and CGR. Like who wouldn't be? Sorcerer Supreme is in it. You know, yeah, she's not Doom. She is amazing though in her own right. And so I think it's just a little bit of like lack of flashiness or something. I'm not sure what the right term would be, but I don't think this pool is that bad. And I don't think the community also realizes how good Shang-Chi is.
Mm-hmm.
Which I guess I could try to do something about. Maybe when I take him up as my first rank 4 and go around.
That's going to be fun.
I think it is.
I really like. I've heard you talk about that before, and I love that idea. Because for prestige, I mean, if he's Sig 200, and you still have Surfer and Doom and Sunspot and all those dudes as rank 3s, like you're going to be fine, and he's going to be so powerful there. So I think that's a cool move. and Professor X too. I think you've talked about.
Yep, those are my top 2 options. Hercules is like regrettably working his way into the conversation for me. He just is so amazing. I think I undersold him in my CCP videos. Like I could tell the hype was going to be massive, and I think I maybe went almost too far trying to undersell him. So I don't know. Doom and Surfer will definitely go up, but I would be surprised if they're in my first 2 or 3.
Yeah. I think Doom is the best choice for me, but I could also see myself going with Apocalypse. Just because I don't think a lot of people are going to do Apocalypse as their first. And if it benefits the Alliance and I can get him to SIG 200 after Summer of Pain, if I wanted to go that way, and he's like top 15 or something, top 12 prestige. So, I mean, at least for me, where I'm not chasing like perfect prestige, that might be a good move, but I'm not sure. I just feel like there's going to be so many Dooms.
I think there are. And I think he makes sense, like on an individual level. He makes so much sense for people. And I started talking too much.
Yeah, no, you gotta focus. That was a nice little reverse intercept or whatever those are called.
Yeah. I'm going to just kind of have to play him that way now.
Yeah, just backdraft and beta special 1. I bet you can still get a bunch off.
I'm going to be quiet for a little bit.
Yeah. Nice.
Finally got me. OG Highline, dude, come in. Thank you so much, man. Thank you. That is amazing. I really do appreciate that. And we will get you all set up, dude. We will get you all set up on the Discord server. Absolutely. Considering how much talking I'm doing and how much fun I'm having, this rocket run is going exceptionally well. I'm very, very happy with it. Oh, wow. I've say these champs added as 6 stars. Looking forward to Ghost Rider. So, Jacob, hopefully you're still here, buddy. Ghost Rider is one that for some reason I badly want to. I still think Blade is a good champion. I think some of these champions we kind of forget about just because they're not 6 stars. I don't know why. I badly want Ghost Rider. And didn't he get a synergy that potentially would have helped him out with some of his damage? Am I wrong on this one? I feel like he did.
I think I know what you're talking about, but I'm also drawing a blank, so I'm just going to head over to Aunt May real quick.
Yeah.
Let me see if that jogs my memory.
Let me see if I can bring that up.
Well, obviously for Cosmic Ghost Rider, he has probably the most important synergy. And that increases regular Ghost Rider's Fury buff duration, which is okay. I think what else?
Maybe that's all it was. Maybe because I loved Cosmic Ghost Rider. I still do. Actually do. And maybe that's the one that I was getting the most excitement out of. No, it's not this one. Yeah, maybe I'm just wrong here.
Yeah, CGR gives him a longer Fury, which I guess, if the big complaint with regular Ghost Rider is his damage, that could potentially be good if he's high sig, but I'm not sure there's going to be a lot of high sig OG Ghost Riders out there.
So I have to tell you, I would be tempted. Like if I had just kind of had them sitting around ready to go, I would be tempted purely because I don't know. I just like him. Like he's one of those champions that I enjoy playing, and the synergy with Cosmic Ghost Rider is really good. R4 Doom is my choice. I think Doom makes a lot of sense. Let's get back to that. We're gonna talk about that when I get into the next fight because I am very curious, or I do think that's a good topic. Got my Thursday subscription Shang-Chi. Dude, I can't wait for that movie. I really cannot wait. I did want it to be like my first movie back, and that's around my birthday. But I don't know how many movie theaters are even open in the area I live. And the theater I like to go to still is not even opened. I pulled Sorcerer's Supreme twice out of it. which was my damage masteries, isn't great, but I want the chi or negative. Yeah, buddy. So you're a unique situation, though. Well, actually, I don't know how unique that is with the full-time commitment to the recoil tree masteries. And she is not good with them. I'm not going to ever try to convince someone that she is. I'm not going to ever try to convince someone that. I just taken one to rank 2 as a 6-star. Ben, you should be. Congratulations, man. That is awesome. That is awesome. That is awesome. OG Highline, again, thank you so much, man. Your support has been incredible. I really appreciate it. And we will get you all set up on the Discord server very, very soon if it hasn't already been taken care of. K-Dog, top right, I was joking in case it was obvious, but since humor is like that. It took me a bit with K-Dog. What's that?
Yeah, he asked why I left Top Ray's Alliance and if I got kicked, which the answer was that we just kind of disbanded because it was one of those situations where 1 or 2 officers were doing 100% of the work and just burnout type situation. Yeah.
And that's a lot.
But we're all back together
when you're an officer. And that's cool that you were able to come back together and in a great place too. If Top Ray and everyone is of quality of view, I have a feeling you guys will be in that master tier this season and just perennially there. BG3 sure as heck got a lot better. Thanks. These guys are saying the CGR synergy, which is probably part of why I was so excited about it. Bring back OG Trinity. Yeah. The Blade Trinity. That would be awesome. All right. Both Highline and I have been membership role. Thank you, Jacob. I really appreciate you taking care of that, dude. All right. We'll jump back into this and then the Doom conversation. It kind of reminds me of Blade when what were we able to do? Were we able to have like our first rank 4 5 stars? Is that what it was?
I think it was rank 5. It was after Act 5. Because the rank 4s were like everyone had Star-Lord or Magic.
Yeah.
You know, think like champs like that so that they could do their first Labyrinth clear. But yeah, it was the first after Act 5, you had 2 tier 5 basics and you could take anyone you wanted to rank 5.
Yep.
So he was everyone's profile because at the time he was very high prestige as well. And with war and everything, he just owned the Mystic Dispersion map.
Yep, you 100% got it. And I recall kind of wanting to take Sparky up because I preferred Sparky. I preferred playing him. Like I said, even for like Labyrinth of Legends. And then everyone did Blade, which was great for prestige. But then I recall like the war planning. It was like, ooh, I really wish we had a little bit more variety here, not only for defenders, but offensive, high rank, as highly as ranked as possible champions.
Mm-hmm.
My left thumb starting to do some funky stuff on my phone. I'm going to clear it off after this run.
Yeah.
And so I think we might be in a similar situation with Doom, where prestige-wise, it makes a ton of sense. And for a personal account, it makes even more sense. But it's not like everyone's going to start placing 30 rank 4 Dooms as their war defenders.
Right. There'll be one, and then a lot of people have him for attack.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's so good as a rank 3. And, you know, the reason I'm not sure I'm going to do him first is because he has like the crit resistance and he just doesn't die very easily, even as a rank 3 with boosts, you know? So obviously a rank 4 will just get the fight over faster and be less risky. But usually if you're bringing in Doom, it's sort of like a win before the fight even starts for most people. He's just so solid.
I completely agree. And if I got assigned Doom fights in my BG, I would much more consider Doom as my first one overall because I enjoy playing Doom. He's like one of my top confidence-inducing champions. You know, you've got a fight that you just have to win. You don't care how much health you come out of. You just have to win this fight. He's probably the top of my list with Archangel. And but I don't get assigned Doom. I get Archangel fights. I get the Archangel fights. And someone even asked me recently if he was going to be one of my first rank 4s. I use him so much that you would think that I would do that. But honestly, guys, and you'll see it in my next war video. Keep doing this. I ended one of my last fights by like watching my opponent bleed out. Like, I just wanted to have fun with it. I think the fight took 20 seconds. And so I'm like, I don't think he needs to be at rank 4, you know?
Yeah, not yet. It was kind of like the situation when I feel like a lot of people didn't even rank 5 their 5-star archangels for a long time because he was just killing everything in sight as a rank 4 or even a 4-star.
Yeah. That's
actually kind of where we are now. And eventually, when we have like a full rank 4 defense, which I don't know when that'll be, not for a while, then you'll want to bring them up. But by that point, it'll probably be a lot easier to take up a champ to rank 4. And, you know, all this, like a year ago, most people only had a handful of rank 3s even, you know, and now it's a lot easier to become Thronebreaker now. So the game does progress pretty quickly.
Agreed. Absolutely agreed on all of that. And that was the analogy, is it does feel like not that long ago with the same thing with Archangel with the 5 stars.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, Greenfield?
I was late with the Archangel rank up myself. Like I was using him as a rank 4 for a long time. Yeah.
What's up, Greenfield? Let's see. Bring back the OG. He just so much for me as a 5-star. I believe a 6-star Ghost Rider or 3 could be insanely suitable for. That's how I feel, Jacob. That might be a little bit of nostalgia coming into play, though. For me, I wonder. Like, I was very excited about Sparky. I still think Sparky is probably going to do some things. I'm excited as more people get him and potentially rank 3 him. But I want to check myself on how much of this is nostalgia for a certain champion that I just like. Like, if Ghost Rider came into the game now, I think I would still be very excited just by animations, the way he looks, the things he can do. And then having a synergy with Cosmic Ghost Rider, who is honestly one of my most favorite champions to play. OG Ghost Rider has so much utility. Yeah, K-Dog completely, yeah. There needs to be a Midnight Sun synergy to give a nice bump to some weaker hitting champs. You know what, Mr. Building, I can't remember which YouTube channel it is that I listen to for kind of like fan theories and breakdowns of things, was talking about they feel like the MCU is starting to build towards the Midnight Suns a little bit, that's starting to come in. So I'm curious if maybe we do start to see that. It's how Blade has lost everything. It is a little bit. He'll come back. He was just so dominant. He clearly was there to solve a problem, and he solved it. He definitely solved it. Too good to be true. Rank 5 was where Blade was released. Thank you for thank you. Okay, so everyone's kind of reminding us. Thank you. What's up, Fluffy? Dude, you teased me with that video. I really want to see it, man. I love the stuff you put out. It's very, very cool. James will be lurking. Thank you so much, James. Blade Day was spectacular. It really was. That was like, was there a bigger holiday in MCoC? I don't know if there was. You say Blade Day. Even people who maybe weren't playing the game still know what you're talking about. Doc Strange with the old MD on defense. Yes. Or do you remember the old Willpower? The old Willpower. That's why that's
way old. Yeah.
That's part of why I loved the regular Gilly. I like her because I like her too. Like I kind of like the story behind her. I like her whole outfit. This girl or woman with this like full suit of armor swinging this massive sword. I don't know. It just kind of like seems really awesome to me. But she was also one of the few champions I could win really hard arena matchups with because she could offer SV2. She could reverse that the massive willpower healing. So that's why I kind of liked her. 30k units. I love GR. Don't use him as much in the past, but it'd be awesome. Yeah, absolutely. J Will's here. What's up, J Will? Have you gotten to know J Will yet? He is an awesome dude. I believe he's still in SSX. He's got to be. Yeah. Let's get on a good run. And someone asked about Spider-Man a while back. What do we think? Are we safe to talk about it? I feel a little weird because it's trailers. Like, I don't feel like we're spoiling a movie unless someone is just intending to not even watch the trailers.
Right. The trailer's out there for free for people to consume, I feel like.
Yeah. And
but still, it was a pretty shocking thing. So if you haven't seen it, maybe go check it out.
Yeah.
I'll just say I'm very excited because I'm a huge Spider-Man fan. That's probably why I got into this game in the first place, was the whole Spider-Man universe. So it should be interesting.
Maybe we'll do no spoilers for this stream. But with the movie's not coming out till December, right?
Yeah. So people have time to catch up.
Yeah, and I also don't think we're going to be able to enforce that through December.
Oh yeah, no, I think just the fact that didn't it just come out like a day ago or something? So
Yeah.
it'd be very easy to miss that.
It hasn't even been 24 hours.
Yeah.
If you are a Spider-Man fan, if you are looking forward to that movie, and you do not want to have something spoiled for you in a chat, I highly recommend you go to YouTube and watch the trailer probably 2 or 3 times, because I think you're going to be very surprised. That would be my personal recommendation. And then everyone in the chat, if we could all just kind of agree not to talk about it today. Maybe tomorrow we will, but that still feels a little early. Probably next week, I think we'll feel safe.
Yeah, it'll be out, and there's already like 1 million breakdowns on YouTube, so you can consume a lot of content on just the trailer and fan theories and everything. So
I actually already have them. I have them downloaded. Rob with Comics Explained, and then my personal favorite, New Rockstars, analyzing the trailer. I have them both downloaded. I don't know when I'm going to listen to them today, but I am definitely going to listen to both today. That SP1, I cannot believe how much the SP1 is getting to me.
I think it's the Dex bug, Vega. I think it's definitely the Dex bug every time.
Thanks, I appreciate it, because it's getting to me a lot. And I'm not frustrated, but it is getting to me a lot. OG Highline, dude, MVP of the week, my friend. Thank you so much. I hope you have a great one with work. I'm glad it is only 1 ball hot today. Glad it's only 1 ball. I think it was a basketball today. I think it was a basketball. And no sweating emoji. Yesterday it was 1 sweating emoji and 3 balls. Which is a lot. Dude, I love Rob with Comics Explained. I like him a lot too. I cannot be I don't know how to explain this. My job is not overly stressful because of the fact, like, obviously I'm able to do this, so there's a great amount of flexibility in it. There are some aspects of my job that can get a little stressful, and then I have 2 kids, and that can be very stressful. If I'm in one of those places, I can't listen to Rob, because I think he does edits where he it's like he's never taking a breath. I don't know if anyone else has noticed this, and it's a style, and so sometimes I'm like, it's just a little bit more than I can handle. But aside from that, I really like him. And I like we all repeat ourselves. Like, we all say things over and over that we probably don't even realize we're saying. And he probably does, because he's so good at the YouTube thing. And I think that forces you to watch yourself. But the things that he repeats a lot, like his, and yeah. And then he's got another one. What did he say? Like, I'm so hyped. He has another phrase. I actually kind of like them. I don't mind those at all. So as a result, I like Rob.
Yeah, his brain is crazy though. Like, he just rattles information off nonstop, and yeah, it's definitely, I know what you mean. Like, if you're having a little bit of stress in your life, he's not the kind of guy that you want to have on in the background to calm you down.
No. Like, can you imagine, like, if he led like a meditation group?
I would not go there.
Yeah.
I would go to Dope Spill though. He's got a nice calm cadence, and I really like his stuff. I think we were talking about him on a stream like a month ago or something.
Absolutely. You keyed me into him, and he just put out, I'm not going to remember which it is, but I've been enjoying listening to that. And you're right, that is much more soothing, let's say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I checked out, if anyone is into like the Marvel Comics of today, there was a really big Venom event with Null called King in Black that just happened. And I actually didn't buy the comics, but I just sort of watched his previews of them and the summaries and stuff just to kind of catch up on the lore. And he did a really good job tying it all together. I like to just keep tabs on what Venom is up to in the comics in general.
Now that you've pointed out, because I had kind of forgotten about the parry and dex bug, because I always think of it as a parry bug. Now that you've pointed out, I'm trying to be a lot more mindful of spacing. Which is, I think, actually helping, but I've got to pay so much more attention to it.
Tafre said, I don't think the special one is a dex bug, because Karate Mike also had trouble with special one dexes when he did his run. So that's also good confirmation there.
It also makes me not that I was like overly down about it, but if Karate Mike is having trouble with something, then I'm like, okay, I'm in good company.
Yeah, for sure. He's got the skills for sure.
Yeah, he does.
Let's see. Jacob's got that's the difference between you and I, Vega. I like the pre 12.0 nostalgia, but I do believe that they are past their glory days. There's always the fact that they can put in work in. So progressing players, but in terms of the game modes I cared about, War and AQ, I don't see any of them being useful outside of Blade for Gimme and Starkey's Evade, maybe for War, but not really. So we're just sort of saying, nostalgia for those old champs that they don't really have uses today. I think you're saying, Jacob.
Do you sure you feel that way about? I mean, obviously, I know Jacob, very smart player, and he doesn't just say things to hear himself talk. I hear what you're saying. I do wonder about Ghost Rider though, because he has so much. He still has. In fact, they updated him, right? He has. I think he has Incinerate. Yeah, he's even got Incinerate immunity now. Anytime you can heal, I think that still has tremendous value in this game. But I think what Jacob is drawing is a little bit of delineation between like a useful champion who you might want to rank up on your account and someone that we're going to see like in high tier war. So, Ghost Rider started falling out of war, I feel like the fastest of all of those the Trinity. In fact, I recall a point where people even just considered him to be a synergy piece. So I don't know. I'd be curious on it.
It could sort of be like how Hood is usable now. Like I don't love Hood, but as someone who uses Ghost occasionally, I could see myself bringing Hood, and then it's like, oh, well, I actually have a legit Mystic on my team. I think Ghost Rider could definitely do that. And I mean, the regen is still so dependable, and it's very easy to cycle it back in and go from like 25% to 100%, in like no time. So that's huge.
Absolutely
that might
agree.
even be why they didn't update him yet as a 6-star, because of that amazing regen. They seem to not like those regen champs. Like Wolverine.
Yeah, well, potions.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden we get King Groot, right?
Yeah.
So who knows?
Or even I bomb to some extent too, like where you could be passive and just regen the entire fight.
Whose healing often surprises me is Kingpin.
Oh yeah.
Like
I don't have one ranked, but he's on my radar for sure.
Yeah, it's just a really nice, slow, steady one, and he's a big, beefy boy as it is. So, like, if you just kind of take your time, all of a sudden, and it's not massive, you're not going to all of a sudden, like, have this big jump in health. But, like, over the course of a couple fights, you're like, oh, I just gained 10 to 15% health. That's pretty cool. I'll take that.
Yeah.
I see BMCG is here. Says he hopes he is not late. No one is ever late, especially you. You show up exactly when you intend, my friend. And we were just talking about you earlier. Why were we talking about him? It was good things, though. It was very, very good things.
Definitely good things.
Yeah. I don't think it was Night Thrasher.
No, I can't recall, actually.
I think he reminded me of something.
I think Starkey still has a useful kit. Maybe not for war, but much overall.
Was this Natalie?
But so much overall, yeah.
What's up, Natalie? I haven't said hi to her yet.
Oh. Yeah. iHulk, yeah. Buddy Lee says iHulk. He can go from 1 to 100 in about 10 seconds, and that's absolutely true. So I guess they don't have a thing about regen champs because he exists.
Well, dude, you know what? I mean, I think that's the thing, right? This game is so big on complex. There are exceptions to every rule in life, right? Like, I'm sure we can all come up with ideas on when it actually is a good idea to run a red light, but in general, you shouldn't do it, right? And so, like, I think maybe there is something about healing champs, and it might be like, no, it's not that they're saying they're not allowed in the game. It might be something of like, okay, we know we want to introduce these new champions like iHulk, Immortal Abomination, Kingpin. We're going to buff King Groot one day, although his healing was awesome already. So as a result, let's not do it with Wolverine and Cosmic Ghost Rider, just to kind of not keep a lid on it, but to keep a ratio, keep like a ratio or something. I would imagine, let's put it this way. I hope there is a reason. I hope that there are people who are in control of those sorts of things, like a game balance or something, as opposed to it's like Kabam's like, I don't know, it just happened. You know, like I don't want that.
Yeah, Jacob made a really good point. The funny part is, like, I think he's saying with Daredevil, Hell's Kitchen, the healing is not there, but it totally could be because they have the similarity of the kit there.
Yeah.
But like Daredevil, you can't run him with Recoil Tree at all because he'll just disintegrate. But Kingpin can totally heal all fight, like you said.
I love Kingpin. I was just having a conversation with an alliance mate about him the other day, where I feel like he just keeps getting more and more useful. I started doing a series of Kingpin videos, which were actually well received, and I will eventually get back to them. But right about the same time, Suida started doing a lot of Kingpin stuff. And, Suida. And so I backed off it a little bit, just moved on to other stuff.
Sure. Yeah, some of the Act 7.2 stuff he did with Kingpin was really impressive.
Absolutely.
Some of those boss kills and stuff were awesome.
All right. He's getting a lot of power off of that SP2. I had a few runs where I wasn't very smart about that. I should be more careful.
It might be, this is kind of a deep cut, but it might be because in LOL they're 5 stars at rank 5, and you know that whole thing with the combat power rate changing?
Yeah.
So, because like in War, we're used to 6 stars who are either rank 2 or rank 3 most of the time. And the way combat power rate works in the game is like it's just based on the actual level, you know. So a rank 5 champion of any rarity is going to have a higher combat power rate, and all these champs are rank 5s.
Dude, that's a really good call, because it does feel like just enough more than I'm expecting it to be. And I'm struggling with the SP1. Like I made the adjustment with Strange not bad, where I was like, do not even try to dex it, because then Rage Timer's kicking in anyway.
Yeah.
So I didn't even try his SP2. I just kind of I would block the first hit, the first 2 actually, then dex the third, and that was allowing me to go in and punish, which was nice. Whatever. We already got Rocket down to 20%, so I'm happy camper.
Yeah, he's good. Yeah, I do the same for Strange. There's something about it that I'm just not consistent on that evade.
Jacob made a cool analogy yesterday, telling me he felt it was similar to Symbiote Supremes, just quicker. And I had never really thought of it that way. I've gotten pretty good at Symbiote Supremes SP2. But once he said it, I did kind of see the similarity.
Yeah, because for some reason I can do Sim Supreme, but Doctor Strange is like something's different about it. I agree. Let's see. 30k units just said, I rank 3'd my KP and used him for my skill option in SOP over rank 3 Aegon just because he is fun. Solos of Emma and Ghost, and did solid on the Grandmaster. That's interesting, Vega, because I think you were thinking of using Aegon, right, as your skill?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I wonder if KP could make an appearance.
We'll see. I hope I'm able to use Aegon, because I have the rank 3 who I do not use that frequently, and it made a lot of sense as far as the pathing for the rest of the paths. But I would love to try to use Kingpin. Just was it 30k units? You said it, just for the same reason. It's an absolute blast. Like, he is legitimately a blast to play. I remember when I first started reviewing him, I thought you kind of almost needed Hood, and if you're going to use him purely, like if you're going to try to take like a debuff lane, like, I don't know, whatever, hazard shift or something, I think you probably want Hood for that guaranteed debuff removal. But aside from something like that, I've realized like I don't actually need Hood. Like Kingpin will usually handle it on his own, and even if I take a chunk of health in one fight, he'll heal it back up if he doesn't shrug the debuff. So I don't know. Kingpin is immune to cascading fail nodes entirely since he is immune to Spectre. And the rest of the debuffs never apply since Spectre is the player replied. Really interesting. See, there's stuff like that I just haven't dove deep into. Like, doesn't iHulk have things like that too? I remember Buddy mentions it in his videos. Just like kind of like an immunity to healing. What's the word? Manipulations or
modification.
Something? Thank you. Yeah. Coop, how many revives are we?
We don't count. We're not counting. This isn't that type of stream.
I do not have enough fingers and toes, my friend. I do not have enough fingers and toes to count that high. So
this is all about the hang today.
Exactly.
We're just getting it done. Get her done. That's all it is.
Yeah, get her done with a smile on our face and talk some MCoC. And Coop, I spent a decent amount of time yesterday kind of going over it, so I won't belabor the point today. But like, this is just the reality of my life. Like, I love doing YouTube, of course. And I have a full-time job. I have a full-time family. I'm taking YouTube more and more seriously. And so any time that I would potentially have to farm revives and things like that is just non-existent. And so instead of using my real-life resources to go crazy on crystals, I use them for content now, which just kind of lines up with YouTube so much better anyway in streaming. So I don't want to be a moron about it, like I'm not gonna play with my eyes closed or something, but I'm not gonna sweat revives and things like that on this. And so a couple people asked, they're like, well, where do you care? And I care in war. That's where if you guys see a death, even if I kind of laugh it off or whatever, I'm like, I didn't want that. I didn't want that.
Nice save there, by the way.
Thanks. I'd like to say it was intentional, but it wasn't.
Hey, that was next level there. Love it.
That was fun. The one time I sent him actually to the SP2 on accident and then got a lot of draft backs. It was fun. I would not, again, I don't want to do that intentionally. That would be the opposite of what I'm saying. But I did enjoy it.
I think that's the fun thing about this game is when stuff like that happens. Like, it reminds me of a few YouTubers, like I think MSD and Mike and some other people, when they were doing their Cyclops collector runs, they would have this string of like a bunch of special 2 dexes in a row.
Yeah.
And they would post that video because like the reality of that actually happening is so low, but a player that skilled could pull it off on like a very rare instance. And it's just so crazy to see all those evades back to back to back like that, because it's a very, very difficult thing to do.
Absolutely. And I highly doubt I streamed those for that exact reason. That is where the smile on my face and the joking and the fun we're having, I will not be able to do that, I don't think.
Yeah, do this. Cyclops is a good one to do in private because the path itself isn't that bad, but the collector fight is just one of the worst things I've ever had to do. So, yeah.
I'll turn on like a meditation or like yoga YouTube video in a dark room and just kind of
definitely. Or put on like the lo-fi beats channel, the one for studying or whatever.
Yeah,
the one I'm talking about. Yeah, just put that on.
Absolutely. All right,
we're about to make it to the enrage. Do you run assassin at all?
Yes, I believe I have 1 point in it.
Cool.
That was weird.
There you go. All right, that was a good run.
Yeah, especially even though there was a mistake in the middle of it.
Yeah. Hopefully one more.
Rohit, what's up, dude? Let's see, where are we in the chat? If prestige matters to you, if not, Claire, maybe enough for your roster. Oh, was there a question? We're asking Richard. Mr. Belding. I run full suicides all the time. Still ranking up Doom, right? I think so. I think Doom's so pivotal. Yeah, but I think if you have Claire, I don't know. Claire can't do everything Doom can do. I think there's times where you're still going to find yourself really wanting Doom. What do you think? Even if you're running suicides like full time.
Well, I think also it depends if you're like, it'll depend on like what kind of war you're doing, because if you do have Claire and you could rank her, then having one rank 4 Claire in the battle group could be really good. But yeah, Doom is like a complete shutdown champ in the matchups that he works on, whereas Claire's fights kind of stress me out because frankly they take a lot more skill.
I agree.
And she's excellent, but she definitely requires a lot more like on point reaction time and understanding like what mode you're in and like what your technique is going to be at the beginning of the fight. So I think that's why Doom always beats her on the tier list that people make, is because he's sort of like a just a shutdown. Like you could just hold block and reparry and they'll never throw a special and you're set, you know? So I don't really like running Doom with the recoil tree active though. But if you are using him that way and you don't mind it, then yeah, I mean, it's Doom, so go for it.
Especially if you're just using him for like a fight or two in content. I think Mr. Belding ends up saying he actually does not have Claire. He has Dragon Man, Tigra, and someone else there listed. Buddy obviously runs Tigra a lot with the suicide recoil tree, so that can be done. And Dragon Man obviously is great with them. I still think you probably find yourself wanting Doom. And I am with you on Claire. I think, you know, if you want to play her like kind of more a basic style, which is possible, I think she's still excellent. Something Jacob kind of counseled me on a little bit as far as taking up Tigra, that I didn't need to become the best Tigra player in the world. I just needed to be competent. And so I think it made a lot of sense. And I could see myself taking Tigra up with that mindset. And then if you want to see like super advanced Claire play, Mr. Belding, I think you already know DLL, but he has some fights with Claire. I don't know if he's taken her to war in a while, but he has some war fights with Claire that are, I think, super advanced and really do what Campo was referencing as far as changing her. Did she call them stances? Is it stance dancing with her? I can't think of what it's called.
Curses, I think they're called.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I might be wrong. But.
And he'll talk about changing the curse he's in and having like, and you can see like what it's doing. I feel like he often switches into poison and does some really cool stuff with it on fights that most people just assign a Doom because of what we've been saying of how tanky Doom is and how much he's a security blanket. You know, he's got a walking, talking security blanket. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, and you said yourself, like when you're playing Doom, you just feel confident, and that's a lot of it. I think with Claire, like every time I only have a 5-star Claire, so I don't take her into like super high level stuff, but you have to always think like, how am I going to do this fight? Because everyone's a little different with her, and you know the old way of playing her was just stay in bleed mode and just regen. But yeah, the poison curse can be really helpful at just sort of like allowing you to control their power, even though it's not like magic level. It'll just keep them from getting too high in power. So like against a Terrax or something, you might think you want to use the bleed one because he's bleed immune, but the poison one might be better for you just to kind of keep the power under control. But it's also personal preference.
There was another point I was going to make in there. Oh, Campo, I think it was in your last war video. You used Doom, correct? I want to make sure I'm not confusing you.
In war number 2, yeah, I took like that CMM on path 8 where you can't throw specials.
Yeah.
Nullify stuff. Yeah.
That's right. That was a really good use of Doom and kind of talking through why you don't want to. But did you also talk about the Doom cycle? And you actually went over like medium, light, medium. Oh,
yeah. Yeah. I forget what fight it was, but I had to do that.
Okay.
In one of my fights. Yeah.
I think that's really good information to get out. I will say that it's been a while now It's been quite a while now. But there was a while I loved Doom and I would use Doom, and even I did not like fully understand that and like the implications of it. And then it was B Manny, who was my BG leader at the time at 4Loki, who really like, he saw a fight of mine and he's like, hey, that went well. You controlled it, you soloed it. But I just realized I don't think you're doing the medium. And he's like, start working on that. And it made such a huge difference for me as far as like ensuring I controlled the fights well, and from saving me to have to like evade an SP1. And then working on the reparry, like you're saying with Doom. Doom's so tanky anyways, it's really great. But being able to like just hold block, ensuring that the AI doesn't think it's safe to throw a special, and that's helping you play Doom a lot too. So those really work out well.
For sure.
Don't stream that one, Vega. I felt used, Jacob. I will not, dude. I know which one you're referring to, and that was a bit ago.
Yeah. Cyclops is, you do that alone in a dark room and just forget it ever happened.
Okay,
hey, Freeze, how's it going?
What's up, Freeze? We'll see how well this run goes. I really would like to not buy any more revives for Rocket Raccoon. Poor Symbiote, always forgotten. Symbiote is imitant the Mystic A. If there's a god magic views. Dude, I hear you. And the way you stated that analogy is absolutely perfect. And I get you. As someone who does like YouTube, if I said that, I will get destroyed in the comment section, because people will be like, no way, Symbiote's nowhere near as good as Archangel. Are you kidding me? Are you an idiot? And then you're like, no, that's not what I said. I didn't say he's as good. I'm saying that in the right one, he destroys it like no one else. And I agree with you. I agree with you about that for sure. I have Doom and Claire. Our three of us using Claire more. DP, do you run the recoil tree, the dual edge and whatever? Suicides. Thanks, Joe. We're almost done here. I think we're going to get him down. Mr. Belding, I love using my 5-star Claire. I feel really confident with her. I get Doom from the Summer of Pain rewards. Was going for Diablo. Can't be mad at Doom. No, you can never be mad about getting Doom. Ever, ever, ever. But I hear you, especially someone who's running recoil. Diablo, man, this feels crazy to say. I think Diablo would have been preferable if you're like constantly using recoil. That feels really weird to say.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, like, your Doom is Doom, but if you're always running recoil, like, you're, at least for war, they're going to send other people with the Dooms besides you. But if you're not doing competitive war and you just want, like, a crazy questing champ, you know, Doom, he won't disintegrate with suicides that fast. But, like, definitely if you're trying to take a whole lane of Act 7 with him or something, you're definitely going to feel the recoil. And also, you may not be able to run Mystic Dispersion that way, which is another factor.
I wonder, Mr. Building, do you have access to Fury and a Deadpool? Because that helps a lot too, and that could probably allow a ranked up Doom to take not war, but you know, like a Act 7 lane or something like that.
K-Dog says, if Doom was recoil friendly, there would be little reason to use anybody else. And yeah, that's true.
Like ever.
Even the best champs have, you know, their scenarios where they work and don't work. This is kind of the point.
So this is what I should have started doing a little bit earlier. Was like just blocking the SP1. Like, don't even mess with it.
Yeah, he's almost down now. You just have to chill and get it down.
Yeah.
Sim versus Red Mags bosses, easy win. Yeah, I think a lot of people see Sorcerer Supreme for those because she has the slow, but I think Sim is sort of underrated for that fight, and people still place Red Mags as a boss, even though he doesn't benefit from any tactics right now because there are no defense tactics. But yeah, I could see Sim sort of wrecking him there.
Symbiote Supreme? Is that from stacking the armor breaks?
I think it's just because anytime he throws a heavy, you get an unstoppable.
Yeah.
And also, you know, just in general, there's the buffs from the node itself.
So
and
you're
probably you're
able to get to your SP3 pretty quickly and things like that?
Yeah, because if you run 5 out of 5 MD and there's always a stagger on him, anytime you block beta heavy, he's going to get an unstoppable, which is going to get nullified. So you just, and then I think once you get to the special, Tafre can confirm the cycle, but I think once you get there, spam special 2s and special 3s with MD, because there's so many buffs. Anytime he charges a heavy.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
I've seen him do it with a rank. What do you have, Tafre? A rank 2 Sim Supreme?
Okay.
I've seen videos of him doing it.
Yeah, I was curious about the damage, because Red Magneto's like, what, 90% resistant to bleed? But if you start doing the armor breaks enough, and like you're saying, with Mystic Dispersion, you're able to throw those specials quite a bit. That makes a ton of sense to me. That is pretty cool to see, actually, especially with a rank 2.
I know we were in tier 2 war at the time, and he took it with a 565, and it was a really clean fight.
That's very cool. That's very, very cool.
Sorry, my dog's barking in the background. I might have to mute.
No worries, man. I think I'm gonna be getting a puppy here in like 3 or 4 weeks.
Oh, that's great.
So we might be hearing some yips on my side of things too, a little bit. But I will be excited. I'm very excited about getting another dog. It's time.
That's great.
Yeah, it's time. Diablo over Doom, sacrilege. I know. K-Dog, like as I was saying it, I couldn't believe like what I was hearing out of my own mouth. I was like, Doom, anyone over Doom just feels weird. And then it's Diablo, which I get is not who he used to be. I love Diablo, like a lot. But it still just felt weird to say it. It still felt fluffy. You could make the argument that Diablo Suicide is more sustainable than Doom, not as powerful, more sustainable. Oh, I actually think he is. I absolutely do. As someone who loves using Diablo in AQ, for me, he's like Corvus, but better as far as me just not having to use items. Because you could just keep throwing your special 1, getting the heal. You've got, what's it called, like the vial up. I can't even think of the terms anymore. But you're getting the constant healing from that, plus the heal from the special itself. And you're still going to get the fight done because he does enough damage. He is a gift. He is a gift from the MCoC champion designers or whoever did that update. All right, I think we'll do one quick run at Maestro. It probably will be very, very fast. And then we'll have to call it a day. I'm seeing what time it is. So let's go.
Hopefully we don't get regen on the first. I think when I did this, I opened up the fight and it said regen like right now. So all right, we're good. We got precision, so we're in good shape.
Wow. Let's not go celebrating just yet. But yes, I hear you.
Yeah, this is a...
I'm going to have to work on that.
Yeah. Yeah, the last part blocking it'll degen, obviously.
Well, yeah. I'm going to have to work on that.
Richard Belding, we are 8Q focus map 7. We run 1 BG for war, and I'm on backup, gold 1. Yeah, well, in that case, Doom sounds great. Which alliance are you in by any chance? Are you in Demon League by any chance? That sounds like what they do.
Whatever. All right. Thumb and left side of the phone do not want to do it today, so I'm going to have to take a break. Playing a little sloppy anyways. This was an absolute blast. If I forget anyone, I apologize already. K-Dog, thank you so much, dude, for signing up for the membership. I hope you do enjoy it. Feel free to communicate with me either way on it. OG Highline, thank you so much for coming in huge, as you usually do, man. I hope you're having an absolutely wonderful day. Thank you, everyone in the chat. Oh, Kai super chatted today, too. Thank you so much, Kai, and I'm sorry to hear about the bug, man, in war. It just really, really sucks. There's no way around it. It sucks. Thank you everyone who stopped by in the chat and made today so much fun, because this was an absolute blast. Campo, thank you for being on call. Dude, I can't believe this was the first time you've ever done this. You felt like you were a absolute natural. And
thanks, buddy.
Anything you'd like to add?
No, I'm great. Thanks for having me, man. This is usually a busy time of day for me, but I just happened to see you were on and it worked out. So glad I could join you, and we'll get that Maestro down. Are you going to finish the stream tomorrow, or do you think you'll just kind of finish this on your own, or what do you think?
Yeah, I'm going to try to whittle him down over the course of the day. I really want to get started on Summer of Pain or finishing the EQ. I've got to get it done. Like I see what the rest of my week and early next week looks like, and I do not want to be stressed doing Summer of Pain before the window is over, because I know I want to get those done. So I'm going to try to whittle Maestro down this afternoon and this evening. So yeah,
great.
Cool. All right. Thank you so much, Campo. Thank you, everyone. MSD. Sorry, I'm logging off, man. Looks like you just got here. Appreciate it. Thank you, everyone, for chatting and hanging out. And it is my full intention to stream something tomorrow. Take care. Have great days.